Hey guys, today I decided to start a new sequel on making a cloud multiplayer scrolling platformer. So today will be part 1 where I'll just teach you how to make a platformer. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna delete this and paint a new one. I'm gonna use basic stuff, basic squares and colors. You can draw yours any way you like. It's your choice. Or maybe I may post an asset pack on my test. Okay, let's name this player. And this guy is too big, so I'll be sizing him down. Now something for him to stand on, a platform. Okay, and we'll position this to 0, 0 and rename this to plat oops, platform. Now for the player sprite, let's start coding it. When green flag clicked, we're gonna make a block called setup, which will set up all the variables we need for this game at the first update of for the first frame of the game. So yeah, we will not be needing my variable. We'll be needing x velocity for this sprite only and y velocity for this sprite only. Let's set these two variables to 0 and let's position our player at the center of the screen. That's 0, 0. Okay, now let's put a forever loop that updates every frame and a custom block tick run without screen refresh, and we'll put this inside that. Oh, by the way, setup can be run without screen refresh or run with screen refresh. Anything's okay, but tick should be run without screen refresh. Okay, first let's get into the left and right movement, but before that let's check if the setup block works, and yes it does. Okay, now let's go for the left and right movement. If key right arrow pressed, change x velocity by 1, positive 1, and if left arrow is pressed, just change that x velocity to minus negative 1. And now for the sprite to actually move, let's put a motion block and change it by the x velocity value. Now it should work. It works perfectly, but there is no friction at all. So to add friction, just follow me. We're gonna put set x velocity block here and set it to x velocity times 0.9. That should add friction. Yes, it does. I'm pressing the keys and it works perfectly fine. Just remember, don't put x velocity this value lesser than 0.7 and greater than 0.9. It won't work. It won't be that good. No, it won't be good at all actually. Okay, now for gravity, let's change y velocity by -1. Oh, first we'll stop this. Okay. Remember to always code your game when after your project stopped. There are some chances where your tab might crash if you're coding right when the project's running. Okay, let's add the y axis, change it by y velocity, and that must give you gravity. Yes, it does. Now we have one problem, and that is the player going into the platform. We don't want that, so all we are gonna do is add the code. You put an if then block. If touching the platform, just push it out a bit, push it out of the platform a bit. So for that, you just change y by y velocity times -1, and then you set y velocity to 0 to stop it from going down any further. And it stops on the ground. It works sideways, gravity, everything works. Now there are only two things left to do, and that'll be jump and slope. First, let's get into the jump code. If then we're touching the platform and we're clicking up arrow, you don't want it to jump in midair, right? So that's why you'll need the touching platform block. Then we set y velocity to about 15. 15 is okay. And right now I'm pressing the up arrow, but it doesn't jump. As you can see, there is 1 pixel difference over there. So just to fix that problem, we will be putting it 1 pixel down and putting it back up. Oh wait, forgot. Okay, we'll be putting it 1 pixel down and back up to where it was after the detection for the jump. That should work. Sideways and jump. Yes, the jump works too. And I'm sure you must be happy right now if this is your first platformer, because I was when it was my first one. Okay, now all that's left is slope. Let's quickly draw a slope here. Okay. Mm, that's okay. Okay, so it's easy to code the slope. You grab an if then block. If touching the platform, change y by 1 pixel higher, and put this inside the if then block and do this about about 4 times until you get change y by, oh sorry, 3 times. Do this about 3 times. Do it until you get this change y by 1 block 8. Like you get 8 of these. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you just duplicate one more, put that inside there, and here you just change it by negative what how many times you have put these change y by 1 blocks, right? Negative that. The more times the more times you repeat this loop, this is then changed by 1 block, that higher slopes it can climb, that steep slopes it can climb. 8 is perfect for any normal platformer. Okay, change x. Oops, again. Okay, change x by x velocity times -1. This will not let it go into the slope. Now I haven't put this into the main code, so just check it out without that. Yeah, it goes inside the slope, so we don't want that. Okay, change x by -1 and just put a set x velocity to 0 block here, And this is all for the slope code. Drag this and put it under the change x by x velocity block. That should work. Jump, gravity, movement, everything works. Let's see the slope, and slope works too. Let's go. Okay, now this is all for a normal platformer. You can add coins, danger and stuff, spikes, lava, whatever you like. But I'll be covering that in the later episodes of this. So yeah, that's all for today. Like and subscribe if this is helpful, and see you at part 2.